Hero's just a glorified range creep at level 1, so if you can kill him. Moonmeander's going to lead the charge with the Frostbite, making sure that he's there.
Oh, Dubu's going to break this fight. Oh, Mapochka asleep at the wheel, though. They might be able to follow up here. It's a lot of damage coming through. Onto the Enchantress. The raise comes through. The first blood comes through. And it's Moonmeander who picks it up. He is so good at getting last hits on things today.
Yeah, it was the auto attack that did it, but at least they get the kill. He just grabs 2 more mangoes for that. So more spam. Actually, what's the total mango count on TSM currently? We got 6 on Undying. I think there's another 6 on Moonmeander. There's 1 on Saberlight. He's got to pick up those mango numbers. Those are some rookie mango numbers.
Yeah, he might struggle with this low amount of mangoes. We'll see if TSpirit are able to punish him for...
Yatoro pops his range creep out, but they are not going to let him continue blocking.
Yeah, he's going to have to just run to the TP. That's not ideal, has to be said. He's going to have to now lane into this with not much HP.
Alright, he uses the stick charges to their full effect here.
Sometimes you just do morphling things and randomly have loads of health anyway, even though you just got bought low. Who cares? Who cares about the laws of HP and that kind of thing? Morphling sure doesn't.
Healing power.
Certainly not. Tried to put some pressure on Dubu at the start here, but again, still, this is not a fun lane for strength heroes into the Undying. Just have to make sure that they don't give him any double decays. Mira's got the headdress for some sustain.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Collapse a nice amount of HP. I'm keeping one eye at mid this entire time, by the way, just in case. You never know.
It was a volatile lane last time with the immediate kill from Brawl. So yeah. Definitely needing to be careful. So I do think they have kill potential down here with the Mars Snapfire, but it's just so difficult against the Undying. How can you ever put that initial damage that you need to onto Tomato so that you can then actually finish off the kill?
Yeah, the amount of damage that Dubu outputs in the laning phase is just absolutely ridiculous on this Undying, especially against a strength hero. They just find themselves suddenly whittled down to like 300 HP just from the decay spam. They don't get it back anymore either.
Yeah, and if they don't win this bottom lane, it's once again going to be a ton of pressure on Toronto Tokyo to be the one moving around, making things happen, leading them into the mid game.
And Lap's taking heavy hits here, as it's Mira. There is just allowed to go and hit them and just does so much damage with all the strength missing on these two. At the top lane, they've got to make the swing forward onto Mapochka, but don't quite get enough damage to bring down the Enchantress, so she'll be able to heal up with the Nature's Attendants. Okay for the side of TSpirit.
Brawl on the Shadow Fiend, once again, owning these first few waves on the mid lane. Like we said,
Mapochka, no more heal. Right click comes through, and they'll bring him down. Moonmeander takes care of business in the top lane. 2 kills now for TSM.
Yeah, so it's looking just fine. At least Yatoro's finding some CS, which is the one bright spot. They can't really go on him, but Boon snagging the bounty. It's a long TP, so Mapochka can't really stop him.
Yeah, as much as he would have liked to, not in range for the enchant, so we'll just grab himself a Saturday Mindsteel and start mana burning away in this top lane. Which will be pretty annoying for Saberlight, who's already a lot of mana. I think Yatoro's lane much safer. No doubt at bottom, there's just constant brawling going on from Dubu and from Tomato. Like, they're just sending the bear forward to get a bit of harass in, and then a couple more decays, a couple more mangoes, a couple more decays, a couple more bear hits, and at the moment Collapse is sitting on just 13 last hits, whilst Tomato sitting on about 19 at the moment, so all lanes going not ideally for TSpirit at the moment. Top lane the closest to even we have.
It's a TSM draft. So this is what it's designed to do in terms of the laning stage. TSpirit, maybe they have some kind of potential down here once they crack the level 4. Biggest thing to watch out for is if they can get an immediate rotation down here from the Pango. Something like that. But who's going to get the 6-win Urn is going to be the big question on that one. And there isn't really anyone free on TSpirit to be able to come and contest these. They can't really afford to leave Collapse by himself.
Tokyo. Bryle trying to close the gap on him here. He's got the Shadow Rays. He's got the movement speed. He's going to be able to get a kill in the middle lane. Once again, Bryle on the Shadow Fiend getting it done.
Dina.
Down at bottom, Dubu on the run. Moving to the tree line here. He's going to be absolutely fine. But, man, how did he do it? Another solo kill on the Shadow Fiend in the middle lane. This guy is an absolute monster on this hero.
Yeah, the mana management seeming to let Toronto Tokyo down a little bit. He had his spells off cooldown, but just couldn't get out of there.
They do eventually fall down at bottom. They do chase him down long enough and just catch him out with the cookie shotgun.
There's no point in the Savage Roar just yet for Tomato, so there's not a whole lot that he can do to help out his support.
Nah, grabbing the Spirit Link instead for now. So, TP's into the middle lane. That's going to give Bryle a bottle refill. And Dubu probably going to stick around and try and help secure the active rune at 6 minutes. See what they can do with that one.
Wynn's trying to be sneaky down here at bottom. They may not really know where he is on the map currently. Fortunately, the lane's not in a great position for him. So Spirit are going to be able to just continue farming on Collapse. And it's just going to end up being a rotation for the 6-minute Urn instead.
Yep, all good as Mirror now needs to leave. Dubu and Moonmeow to try to chase him down. They have got the Frostbite upon him. Dubu's still chasing here. Decay's available. They could drop the Tombstone, but they won't need to. Soul Rip plus the Crystal Nova. Enough damage to finish off Mirror.
Oh, they dropped the Tombstone earlier. It's over back by the rune.
Oh,
yeah, it's all good.
That Soul Rip icon looks awful not like a pig.
Yes, that one has that's gotten me. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Radiant's top
that actually got me in a game as well. I was like, oh, it's good. Oh, Undying's looking pretty good. Time to play. And wait a second. That's not Tombstone. Just continuing to run at bottom.
In charge now. Yeah, they have got the cookie, but beautiful timing on that entangling claws, but they can't quite finish the job. Mirror gets out under the tower. The 3-man crew of TSM not able to bring him down, so that will be that. Bryle once again trading with Toronto Tokyo in the middle lane. Both of them just blasting hits into each other. Maboshka.
Yeah, with his Centaur, they want this.
Yeah, they're committing hard to it as well. Rolling Thunder coming through. Look at the TPs coming in. Oh my god, Power Rangers assemble. But, oh wait, no, they cancelled. Bryle left alone now. He's in some trouble. He's got to try and get off the Requiem. Is able to do so. Turns around. Toronto Tokyo very low indeed. And Bryle's going to catch him out with the raise. That was messy. So someone cancelled Saberlight's Solar Guardian, I suppose?
Yeah, I think he must have got Adaptive struck at top.
Looks like it.
Interrupted. Something like that. Unless there was...
Not sure about what happened to the supports. We won't speculate on that one. I have a feeling they might have just cancelled once they saw the wrong way.
I guess everyone was like, oh, they've got it. And everyone was just like, okay. In the end, they all get cancelled, no help comes, and yeah, it creates enough chaos for Bryle to live and able to get the Requiem out. That really hurts for TSpirit. Fortunately, the Rolling Thunder is not that long of a cooldown, so they will be able to go and make another play with it shortly. But like we've been saying, it really has to be Toronto Tokyo kind of bailing the team out. Though he might need a bit of a bailout himself, as he only has 2.2k net worth currently. It's a tough game for him.
Yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal. It's a bit poverty at the moment.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier
Collapse.
has been killed.
Oh, he's got to be careful if he gets entangled here. We'll get brought down, but Tomato, no luck on those hits.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking like it's going to be one of those kinds of games. Yatoro, the only one really having any kind of a game on the side of TSpirit. I mean, Kites is doing all right.
They're making a play on Saberlight.
Yes, they are coming around the back of the tower. Rolling Thunder is there from Toronto Tokyo. Holding back for the time being, but we'll be committing to it now. And Saberlight, not much of a way out of this one for him, unfortunately. Rolling Thunder gonna cut him down. Nice play from TSpirit to get the offlaner and continue the pressure onto the tower.
Oh, Moon's waiting to see if Yatoro morphs. He can nuke him!
No! Around the sidelines!
Oh, just lurking in the edge of the fog there.
Oh,
Radiant's
so
top tower
sneaky
is
on
under
this Crystal
attack.
Maiden. You don't see that very often, but Moon playing it absolutely brilliantly. I'd love to see if we... I don't know if we can catch the face cam on Moon Meander there, but it'll be fun to see his reaction maybe.
So that was a nice skill. He's going to be happy with that one. This Crystal Maiden hero is looking pretty good between Thunder and now TSM. I think there may have been a game that Secret played it as well. It does feel like her stock is suddenly rising.
She's got a huge win rate, doesn't she?
Amazing what you'll find.
Yeah. It's not that many games, but yeah, it's like well over 60%, I think. I'd look it up. I'll look it up right now. Why not?
Go for it. Meanwhile, TSpirit looking to wrap around upon Saberlight once again, who is just trying to have a bit of fun in the jungle, but Yatoro going to slide on in here, take his creep as well. Getting a bit of revenge on the end of the neighborhood as well. That's who he really wants revenge on, but they're just going to hit down this tower. Rolling Thunder being used from Toronto Tokyo as well. He's got one thing on his mind. He wants kills. He doesn't want... Oh, actually gets bounced back by the little outcropping there. Unfortunate parting there from Toronto Tokyo. As now TSM will just chase back TSpirit, and TSpirit's plenty happy with that one. They protect their Morphling, they get themselves a top tower, and relatively low commitment, as mentioned, that Rolling Thunder, very low cooldown.
Oh, they want to use kisses at bottom. Kill Tomato. Oh, I got the ultimate off.
Yeah, true form. He is mucho tanky as Saberlight comes sliding through as well. The turnaround is there, on to collapse. Down goes the Mars. Mira unable to do anything about that one, unfortunately, not having enough damage to get through Tomato's true form there. So tanky once he has this up, along with the Spirit Link.
They were gambling on being able to stun him before he got that off, and does end up being two pretty big ultimates wasted. That would have been absolutely the best way to use them if they had been able to find that Tomato kill.
Moon Meander on the run, but unfortunately, they're going to commit the Rolling Thunder to it, so, you know, some value in this death. Yatoro going to grab the kill. Killing spree which Moon Meander had as well there, interestingly.
Yep.
Radiant's
Had a pretty good game on the Crystal Maiden. And the Spirit finding a lot of opportunities just to pressure down these towers.
Radiant's middle tower
Top tier one's dead, mid tier one's dead. TSM kind of been focusing on their farm and not really holding on to the objectives currently. Puts them in a bit of an awkward spot on the map right now.
Yeah, TSpirit are almost like, hey look, we got the triangle. We took it away from them. Cool.
Yeah, they can, like Miposhka can just play over here. It's very difficult for TSM to exert any kind of control in this area. Sort of a weird reversal of the map from what we would normally expect, right? It's normally go and take the opposing safe lane through one, but they're both, like, there's not a scratch on them. This is the first damage that bot's taking.
Yeah, and Tomato trying to put a little bit of pressure on TSpirit to at least get out of this area, man. You can't have all the maps, TSpirit, but pretty hungry. They want to capitalize upon their net worth as much as possible, so TSM just going to flood into their biangle, protect their stack here at the same time. And Tomato's still hanging out at bottom.
A little something extra.
Yeah, it's been a very extended laning stage for Tomato. He's just been chilling down here the entire time. Doesn't really feel pressured to go and do anything anywhere else.
Wow.
Smoke up
Doobie's Mango Edition really took a toll on him, didn't it? He hasn't even hit 1k net worth.
Yeah, he's full poverty mode. It's going to be Solar Guardian.
Yep, Rock going to be the target here. I mean, it's a lot of damage coming down onto the Shadow Fiend. I'm not so Solar Guardian's going to be enough. Heals him up for the time being, but they will still get him down regardless. And Toronto Tokyo can't actually cancel out the freezing field from the Crystal Maiden, so he's going to have to back himself away.
So there's a battle of titans happening over here. Duper versus Miposhka in the back lines. Miposhka trying to hit the tombstone. I'm looking for a little more.
Oh, he is. He's getting hungry right now. Does get the spear on Saberlight, but able to bring down Moon Meander all the same. Saberlight throws a hammer his way, but with Toronto Tokyo backing him up, can't commit to this whatsoever. So, all this time though, Tomato does take the tower at bottom, just keeps farming up as well. Has to be said. Both the carries having a pretty good game, and Brial also, despite that death, had an awesome time so far on the Shadow Fiend. Well, TSM
top
able
tower
to stabilize
is
a little
under
bit here
attack.
despite losing their Shadow Fiend. They're still going to hold their part of the map. TSpirit, though, they're just farming up a little bit wider and a little bit more, so they get themselves a bit of a net worth advantage as well as that kill onto the
Dire's
Shadow
top
Fiend. But
tower
Tomato,
has fallen.
he's taking those buildings. He's got
Radiant's
a
bottom
big,
tower
hungry
is under
bear,
attack.
and he absolutely wants to try and make the most of it as possible. TSpirit, I don't think they want to fight into this. This bear is a little bit scary, and of course, once you get a true form off,
Radiant's
very,
bottom
very
tower
tricky to
has
fight into
fallen.
Tomato as well. Just can't bring him down. It's too tanky.
Yeah, it's some nice movements from Spirit, but the overall game plan for TSM is still very much there. They're still working towards their timings. Kind of scary that the Morphling is getting quite big. Yatoro is looking difficult to deal with, and the fact that they've opened up the map so much this game is kind of crazy to me. They're taking all these tier 1 towers into what you would think is like a reasonably strong early fighting TSM lineup, but yeah, not willing to commit too much to defending top tier 1. I think giving away the mid tier 1 was a little bit of a mistake, but so they're not going to pay for it too much.
Yep. I mean, I think what it comes down to is like the fact that they've always been pressuring on TSpirit. You know, they've always been making plays, which means that Saberlight's always having to drop these Solar Guardians to save people. They haven't really set up, and we did mention their lack of initiator early on, and that's kind of just amplified by the fact that no one can really just dive deep on heroes and expect to get out okay, as Yatoro just going to chase Saberlight away down the bottom here. But over on the mid lane, we've got a bit of a higher commitment as they're able to bring down Moonmi, and Toronto Tokyo backing himself away. While he wants to try and get on someone, but I don't think that's going to happen, as Yatoro and Saberlight still trying to kind of play with each other here. As Saberlight just kind of travel across the map. All right.
Yeah, they tried to jump on Collapse, but he got the blink away. They didn't cancel it. Saberlight getting ahead of himself a little bit there with the Solar Guardian, and can kind of feel the frustration from TSM. It was, they were the ones running Spirit around in circles in the previous game. This time around, it's sort of their turn.
Yeah. I don't know, who would you put the onus on to go and start on these fights for TSM?
See, that's the problem. It's not easy.
Maiden.
Yeah, it's almost like Moonmander needs to like walk up and get a frostbite, but that's not going to be easy.
No.
And once again, we're kind of seeing this Pangolier stick the landing, or the landing stage not really mattering so much for him in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, there's a reason this hero was played as offlane for such a long time, and that's because he just doesn't really need much to have a huge game impact. Once you pick up this Diffusal,
They want Tomato.
do so much work. Yes, they do. Up to the top lane, Arena comes down, kisses to follow through as well, doesn't get off the true form in time, and Tomato is dead. Big pickle from the side of TSpirit as they take down the Tombstone as well. That'd be very, very nice then. Collapse finding the big targets up here in the top lane.
He even got the spear into the arena, so no chance for Tomato to be able to react to that one. Beautifully done by Collapse.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Tomato chose to stick around. He already he saw the Mars there for a really long time, but still decides to just kind of farm the lane, almost challenging them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Maybe he didn't have information about the Solar Guardian. It's hard to say.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Kind of
fallen.
insane for TeamSpirit to make a statement like this. Was like, oh yeah, we can just kill your lone druid every time with Mars, like because we believe that Collapse can just spear him every time before he gets a chance to react.
Precious bump.
That's kind of what this is looking like.
And look at this play at top as well. Collapse just jumps, blinks onto the Dawnbreaker, skewers her back, and then just starts running away with Mira. This is definitely poking the hornet's nest, trying to drag TSM where they don't really want to be, stop them making plays, and it is absolutely working right now for TeamSpirit.
Kind of break through it a little bit here for TSM, but the catch is still the problem, and worrying for Tomato. No bear for 80 seconds. Got to be kind of careful with this one. We found the one player that hasn't named their spirit bear, by the way.
Oh, Tomato, come on, man. Can't be doing us like this. Gotta name your bear.
Just walking into the pit.
Radiant's top
There is an
tower
arena
is
off
under
cooldown.
attack.
Collapse.
Yeah, this is going to be close. The spear comes through. Brawl jumps in, collapses there, though. Gets the Aegis. Oh no, TSM. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Requiem is available for when this guy comes back. They want to get their revenge. They're not going to go for it here. Well, they will follow up regardless. Collapse does get imploded. Dubu dead on the side as Toronto Tokyo rolling through Moon Meander. Saberlight with a BKB on the front lines, just chasing back the side of TSpirit as they will look over towards Mira instead.
Yatoro's racking them, by the way. He's hitting two.
Oh, what the hell? That's not okay. Bryle has to come back and chase them off. Mira does get brought down, but my god, as you say, like TSpirit just absolutely outmaneuvering them, running them around the map, running them ragged as Toronto Tokyo comes in on to Bryle. Yatoro's here as well, sealing the SF form to take him down. Bryle gets turned to dirt, and Yatoro continuing to play around with these guys here. He has got himself a Manta to come juke around with should he need to. Saberlight, pretty low mana, has got the Soul Ring for when he starts come back off cooldown. Turn across towards the Magdalena instead. Try and bring down Toronto Tokyo, but they don't seem to have the damage. Not enough in the tank down for TSM, and they'll have to back themselves away. But Collapse, man, just getting the spear, getting the blink in, getting the Aegis, denying it away from the side of TSM. Sure, he dies twice for it, but absolutely worth it.
Yeah, this guy's too good. He's had that insane win rate in pro pubs coming in. He gets a little bit of vision here.
He was just like, oh, I wonder if Roche is up. I'll throw a spear. Oh!
Yeah, well, I think he already knew that something was going on, because he'd already made room in his inventory to pick up the Aegis.
Okay.
Huge play. Making so much space with his Morphling to just get enormous.
Yeah, man, every time TSM try to make a play, every time they think they found a win, spaghetti falls out of the fanny pack. It's all over the floor again.
Yeah, seeing some of the... we were hyping up the Crystal Maiden, but I think we're also seeing a little bit this game why a lot of these position 4 players have been super favoring the melee position 4s with a stun, right? Just get that. You've been talking about it the whole time, just sort of this throwaway initiation, and TSM not having that this game, very much getting exploited for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Collapse do it again to Tomato at top. Collapse and Mira are looking.
Really are. They really are. But TSM this time, they have comrades. They'll see the drum and they'll know that maybe this isn't the play. But that's it. The teaming more in. Collapse going to go for a spear back onto Bryle under the tower. The kiss is coming through, but as the Solar Guardian Bryle's got another BKB, they'll turn around to Collapse. He is dead. Moving across towards Mira as well. Mira found in the tree line here, and they're going to be able to bring down to TSM. Respond with force up here in the top lane.
The ping's already on the high ground from Saberlight. They've got the level 15 on Bryle. This is the timing. I think they're going to take at least a little bit of a look here.
Yeah, Saberlight does have to come back, and Maposhka kind of getting busy with Saberlight here. Look at this man. He's chasing back to the fountain. He's Fortnite messing around, but meanwhile inside the base, TSM are going for the barracks right now. Bryle smashing away. They've got the fortified. Toronto Tokyo going to try and land a disarm. Does manage to get it onto the best. They'll slow them down for the time being, but when this fortify ends, it's going to keep going. But it's a Rax race going on at the moment as Toronto Tokyo and Maposhka still pressuring down at bottom. It's a TP out from Tomato, but Mira's there with the cancel. Oh my god, so much damage. Tomato almost gets dropped. Doesn't have the true form to work with either. They have to leave, but meanwhile they're getting Rax to bottom. Bryle is back, has his Saberlight, but the spears come through. Maposhka drops him like a rock. And now, well, it's a weird fight as they will actually still fighting up at the top side of the map. Poor old Dubu does get left behind, so they will get that kill. TSpirit, I think they came off better out of that.
I mean, it is a range Rax for a melee Rax trade, but yeah, they get the Dawn, and they might be able to come back in here. They are absolutely getting away with murder on this Morphling. Yatoro just knows that he cannot be killed by the feeble hands of TSM.
Like, this is an SF. He's supposed to do damage. I don't understand what's happening. Yatoro, he's just too big. He's a big boy. And Bryle, triple raises out onto him, but Maposhka comes through. Toronto Tokyo's here as well. He has to BKB for this. Stop taking our barracks! But the TSpirit, they will not obey, as they rarely do. They take the bottom lane of barracks, the full damn thing going to them. Oh my goodness, this outplaying across the map is driving TSM insane, it feels like.
Yeah, this game's getting real weird. Now we got the big scribble being drawn on the map for Moon Meander. So they can kind of deal with this by just pushing bottom as the next lane they go for it. They still haven't even taken the tier 1 tower at mid. I'd kind of like to see Tomato maybe just walk over and backdoor that at some point, but this is truly a testament to how much TSM are getting run around in circles. Though, as we saw, they only need to win like 1 or 2 fights to take megas. So kind of on knife edge for TSpirit as they now come looking for this fight.
And they go, really comes down. Doobie's going to be the target. It's not the one they wanted, but it's the one they'll take. And they do get themselves a bear as well. Wait. Say, like, how do you get out of that? I don't know. Oh, we had to do that. I'm not sure. Either way, Saberlight trying to fight up into them right now. I'll just finger across and say, take out Yatoro. Whoa. Yatoro taking a step too far forward and getting caught out in the Requiem. I don't know. He wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, he thought he was unkillable, but TSM gonna challenge that notion.
Absolutely. Well, TSM on the aggression now, looking for more. It's Kalata Maposhka running for the tree lines here. The bear is hungry and it wants some venison. And Sablight's going to be able to close the gap here and run down Maposhka. And now, for some reason, there's a tier 1 still on mid. Not sure about that, but that gets dealt with very, very quickly. And now they move in for more. dota2 still hanging around at the sides.
They don't have glyph. This is kind of scary if you're TSpirit. At least it's a respawn in 10 seconds.
They've got to keep the creep wave alive. They are being cut by collapse. And that's not going to happen. Toronto Tokyo, your BKB's no good against the bear. Tomato just trying to run him down, but they actually do end up bringing down the bear. And Tomato is going to resummon, but now they are in a sticky situation. Meanwhile, their base is flooded with creeps.
Yeah, collapse cut the wave as well.
Yeah.
So they don't have any creeps to keep this push going. Kind of a scary moment for Tomato as he has to go for the resummon. So again, if he or the bear dies here, it's going to be very scary. It was looking like TSpirit were just going to grind this one out to a win, but TSM seemed to have something to say about that. TSpirit they've only got so many mistakes left to make in terms of their buildings.
I can't believe he died like that in the last fight as well. Like, I'm pretty sure he was morphing strength as well, but just the pure amount of damage coming out from Brile just absolutely blasted him.
And Brile's got a Shadow Blade, so maybe they can make that happen again. Just catch Yatoro. Yeah, okay. Alright. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, he wants to be full safety mode in this game. Not taking any risks. Not anymore.
Oh, they see Mira. Are they going to go for a different target?
Yeah, it's not the best, but Brile says, so I'll take it. But Mira's able to back himself away. Roshan may respawn in 5 seconds. We'll know when. Very shortly. Outpost being taken by the side of TSM. And it'll be a minute before we see this Roshan coming up. On the bright side, that does give them a chance to resummon their Spirit Bear. And also gives TSpirit time to hit this BKB on this Morphling, maybe. 1 minute. Is it soon enough? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's getting close, but I guess that means he's not saving for buyback. If they can find another one of these jumps on him, the best that they've got is getting clipped by the Requiem, or Saberlight does one of these precast Starbreaker link in.
Brile's moving forward, they do see him. In comes a Rolling Thunder from Toronto Tokyo, looking good, so they can catch out. Oh, actually, Moon Meander positions also gets hit up to the high ground. Now BKB from Brile, he's time to take some hit at Toronto Tokyo. Not really resulting much though, and honestly, Toronto Tokyo is probably going to be happy with that. He forced out some BKBs, at least the one. Does make the SF vulnerable. Brile sees the haste rune. Gonna grab that as Mira just shoots down the tombstone here.
Tomb BKB traded for the Rolling Thunder. It's not that long of a cooldown on the Rolling Thunder, though.
Yeah.
They have the BKB for the Morphling. Okay, they've got it. So,
this could be huge.
Yeah, Yatoro can feel pretty free to just go waveforming into this fight.
Yep.
Radiant's middle
It's hard for TSpirit to come near this with this cliff warded. Dewarding that cliff is kind of scary, but going to move forward and try and get it done real quick here, and they will absolutely be able to do that as my God, they were saying so much damage there. Dropping the tombstone on the high ground as well, but they don't really seem to care. They're going to blow them up regardless. Now TSpirit looking for more. Sablelight's going to be the target. My God, but Poshka doing so much damage. BKB forced on Saberlight as well. They're scattering on the side of TSM. The arena comes down. All it does is block off Moon Meander and maybe the bear as well as they pile in the damage, but the bear does escape and runs across to Tomato, but I'm not sure the bear... he's got a TP on it.
It might be time to use it. Tokyo's still looking. Oh, okay. All right, Tomato just gonna TP it out.
Dire's middle tower.
There's survives. Roshan's pit left relatively undefended though, and Yatoro, he's gonna get in and start getting to work on the big boy.
Did you see that they used a cookie on the zombie from the stolen tombstone to force out the BKB on Saberlight? It was pretty crazy little plays from TSpirit, and yeah, seems like with that they have just been able to force their way into the pit. And who's the age is going to be on? Looks like it will still be Yatoro picking it up. He's the big carry this game.
Yep, wants himself a BKB and an Aegis, just to make sure he's extra safe. So we see here the DB throws down the tombstone, but it's actually the Rubik's tombstone on the high ground there, which is
the Morph's tombstone, yeah.
The Morph's tombstone.
And then they try to beat the zombie to get the stun. It almost worked. Maybe if it had the shard, it would have actually hit. But...
Yeah, because Yatoro actually hasn't gone for the Zaghanim's, has he? So it doesn't really matter who he morphs into. He can just take the Dubu form if they want the tombstone for the fights.
This will provide.
Yeah, and like we've been saying, yeah, you don't really care on the lone druid. You're not interested in trying to use the morph on him, so. Alright, so for TSM, probably try and wait out the Aegis if at all possible. Next big pickup is probably this Arcane Blink that Brow's looking at, but he needs the whole thing. He doesn't even have the Blink Dagger yet, so don't get too excited. It's still going to be a whole lot of farm for him. And we've got a full refresher on Collapse.
Okay.
Yeah, mana situation's a little bit precarious, but I think he can get it done.
A double Song Ring with the refresher. He's fine.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful. Make sure you start at full mana. That's the important thing.
Yep. But genuinely though, he should probably double Song Ring to make sure he's got enough for the full combo.
Yeah, he's rocking the Philosopher's Stone just to try and have the extra mana. Pick up some Arcane Boots, work on this Aether Lens.
Dire are scanning.
That's an interesting use of Philosopher's Stone, one I don't think I've seen before, but Collapse absolutely needs every scrap of shred of mana he can get right now, so yeah, we'll be doing exactly that. Yes,
Could take the Tumbler's Toy if you wanted instead. It's the same amount of mana, but I don't think he's hating getting this little bit of extra GPM going currently.
There's a little bit of extra pocket change, why not?
Yep.
Not much, but it's honest work.
They have managed to close in this map really nicely for Spirit. Bunch of wards, get everything pushed.
They don't have much of the map to play in.
And this Enchantress is starting to become a bit of a problem for the Spirit Bear. Pushka's grabbed a little bit of farm. He's got a full Hurricane Pipe picked up. He's got an Enchanted Quiver.
Wow, this is very aggressive. He's going to get caught out by the spear. He doesn't get a chance to get it off. A refresher comes out from Collapse, allows him to get off a second spear onto Bryle. Beautifully executed from Collapse. Down in the bottom lane as Moon Meander's going to follow his core to the grave. What was that?
Just trying to make some space for the map. Thought that they could get away with that one, but this is looking like it could just still be a high ground push. They have managed to get the lanes out a little bit with Saberlight. Tomatoes imagining that they can't get to this top side of the map all that easily. Just the straight up spear. Battle of the reaction times. And they're all gonna come out the worst for that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess he overestimated his ability to click with his BKB before the spear came out. I mean, we have seen Spears be able to go through it in the past. But what's happened at mid here is that Saberlight cut the wave, but Yatoro's just trying to go through it regardless. They have the Fortify though, and that's going to mean this takes a lot longer than TSpirit planned. Another little Shredder is available to reduce that tower armor.
Yeah, if they can get through this one, they can actually go for the racks because they've got lane pushing in at bottom. So
it's very interesting.
Yeah, they can actually kind of
up the top
brute force it.
Tomato kind of caught out by the Rolling Thunder here. Toronto Tokyo is on top of them. I mean, Tomato doesn't have a BKB or anything to fight into this. His bear is going to have to be the one to do the damage, but he's the one who gets disarmed. Saberlight comes across as well. And looking to fight up into Toronto Tokyo. There's actually no heroes coming across for TSpirit to help out the Pangolin, so he's just going to go down. Meanwhile, inside the base, there is an arena coming down from Collapse, and they drop Moon Meander Dubu as well, taking huge hits from Yatoro. Saberlight jumps across, looks for Collapse, might get this kill, but now the Morphling's upon him. There's nothing he can do. Scotty's slowing it down. Triple kill for Yatoro, but in comes Bryle. Big Requiem coming out from him, but it's not really big enough. They need to take care of this range pack to do any damage to the guy. Yatoro's still sitting on the high ground, and that's going to be that for this fight. Again, this game is just so messy.
What is happening? It seems like Toronto Tokyo's caught out Tomato. He gets a clutch root and then a clutch bash at the very end just to kill him off. Like, there was no way for Tomato to come and join his team. He was completely out of mana, couldn't TP, and still somehow TSM feels like they're holding on by a thread. They have successfully waited out this Aegis on Yatoro. So maybe some kind of hope with this Shadow Fiend Arcane Blink that they can kill him off and go and clean up the enemy base. Yeah, this one's just getting very weird.
It's starting to get funky. It's been funky the whole time. These two teams are playing some five-head Dota right here. Pleasure, and also it's very hard to figure out what the hell is going on in most of these engagements. Fights breaking out around the map. Everyone trying to cut each other's waves, and well, finally starting to feel like the game is somewhat even. I mean, it is a big gold advantage for the side of TSpirit. There's no denying that, and Yatoro is still pretty much a deity, living up to the name of the moment. But
yeah, that's the thing. It's like so much of this net worth lead is just in the hands of the Morphling. So if TSM clean up the rest of the team and just leave him for last, I think they can deal with him.
They do manage. I mean, the smoke has popped on Tomato, I think. But everybody else making it past and trying to get behind enemy lines.
Radiant's top tower is
Even
under
gets down the
attack.
vision.
Not everybody together.
Very safely.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
No one's defending top. They know something's wrong. Right, I'm thinking of setting up with a Requiem, but doesn't seem like there's a way into this one. So looks like they're going to give it up as linking away. It's going to be all right. But Yatoro chasing him back here.
Jumping on the other side.
I need some help. Yeah, they actually killed a Bryle down at bottom. That didn't go to plan whatsoever as Yatoro chases Saberlight back into his base and tries to get to work on these top barracks. But Tomato's in the neighborhood. Fear comes out, chasing back the Morphling and forcing Yatoro out of the base. So they're just trying to hold the line now for TSM. But look at these spears doing so much damage. Run, bear, run. Has to go all the way back to the fountain. Meanwhile, Morphling just blasting away at these range barracks. Saberlight is back, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop this. Yatoro gets through the range barracks, going for the melee as well. TSpirit, they just are completely unperturbed right now. They do have the buyback available on the Shadow Fiend, but they just don't want to use it. They don't want to give TSpirit a window in which they can win this game, but at the same time, TSpirit aren't stopping. And can you last another 30 seconds against Yatoro? I'm not sure you can. Morphling just tapping away, going for the final tier 3 tower for TSM. What is the play? What is the plan? Tombstone comes down, buyback from the Shadow Fiend. Now they commit. They're looking for Yatoro, but they managed to force it back. Brown tries to get on top, but he gets stunned up. Can't get off the Requiem. TSpirit back themselves up. I think he caught him with a swashbuckle there, just about bashing the SF and cancelling out the Requiem.
Maybe. It wasn't going to be the full Requiem anyway. He's only coming back with 11 souls here, but they were just hoping that they could get the fear and then keep on chasing afterwards for the kill. But he really didn't want to buy back because it's like, look, if I have to spend the money, then we're not going to get this Arcane Blink, and that might be the one way that they could win this game at this point.
Gosh. So, like, hearts in the mouths from the side of TSM, honestly. It's I'm going to fall with a bear here, actually. They just want to kind of clear out this wave, but TSpirit, they don't like this bear very much. And Toronto Tokyo is going to go fishing for the real Tomato with the backlines here. Spear does catch him out. Tomato could be in some trouble. They need to help him out. They need to help out now. The whole thing is going to come his way. Yatoro brings it down. No buyback as they'll take down Dudu as well. TSpirit looking to finish this one up. What can they get done? Shadow Fiend, he's just hanging out in the backlines here. Maybe seeing if he can catch out Toronto Tokyo. He's actually just running straight past him. Looking for the bottom wave. But their base is being torn apart. TSpirit going for the mega creeps now. And there's nothing to stop them. They're cutting waves here. Saberlight and Bryle both just trying to cut as much as they can. But Yatoro is tearing through their base. They have a fortified. They'll get back on TSM. Can they repel them from the base? Ancient exposed. Yatoro getting started. Saberlight is getting so low. He has to back himself away. But Yatoro chases him down regardless. And now the arena comes out. Bryle trying to cook up the ultimate. But he's just taking too much damage. He's going to fall as well. And there it is. Your GG's come out. TSpirit, they'll even things out and take down TSM in game number 2. What a series.